So everything that belongs on the bike is over there. Frame is empty, and I got it clean. I did get all my parts. So the head kit comes with all the seals, valve seals, and then it comes with base gaskets, exhaust gaskets, valve cover gaskets, intake gaskets, the works. And then over here I got my hardened bolts from California Cycle Works and the nuts, and then I cleaned up all of the D-washers to be put back on. So first I cleaned the out. This is the horizontal head. So first I cleaned the outside best I could, and then now we got to clean all of this, right? So first we're going to drop valves, get them out of the way. So this could be or is like the valve shim adjustment. We're not doing that, okay? These valves aren't making any noise, and that's fine with me. So no valve adjustment, but we're taking them out. So if we had the stuff, the time, and the gumption, we could do it. So this little clip holds this on, and this is the intake side, so you gotta pop it over like that, give it a little twist, and then it pops over, and then there's your first shim. Don't lose this stuff. And then down here is the next one, and there's a collar in there with some little slip-on jobs to hold it in. So what I do is take this wrench, put it down there, and then we're going to push down, right? Get your magnet. So we're just going to push this down and compress this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like that. Push this down. See those collars? Oh shit! If you do that and they fly off, you're fucked. So get the collars off and let that up. And then this will come off. The little ring goes on the bottom when you put it back on. And then the valve will just slide out. So this is the intake valve. It's usually cleaner than the exhaust valve, but some schmutz on the back and a lot of buildup on the front. And then this line is your valve lap between your valve and your valve seat. And so we're going to lap these valves so that they sit correctly and get a good seal. So that just flew off. It was cracked. Probably has something to do with the oil on top of that. But the kit comes with new ones. And when you're not doing it in the bike, it's really easy. So we're going to flip this around. And then same thing with this one. There's a clip Get you some angle pliers and just pull it off. And then this slides over. And then you can pull off your shim pieces. Put something under there to stop the valve. That's what this tool's for. And we're going to push down, pull out our little collets. What the frick? Okay. And then put this under. Do that all over again. Yeah. And you probably shouldn't mix those up, right? Because there was a specific measurement off this, specific measurement off that. They're not interchangeable. So there's the exhaust valve. And then, let's see. This one doesn't look too bad, but it's pretty loose. Right. So now, oh, you can see somebody went in here before and did some port work. They did a pretty good job. But the buildup on the exhaust is pretty heavy. Can't see shit. So first, I'm gonna clean all of this. So what I got is a couple brushes for the Dremel tool, because I don't want to gouge this. Sorry. That seat looks pretty good. I mean, it's got a lot of buildup around it, but it's flat on the surface. Think of all these carbon deposits like plaque on your teeth. Just want to get them off. Some of this stuff is pretty thick. Right here. Okay, that's good enough for that. So, I'm going to step over to the bench and I'm going to clean these up and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back from the bench. This is the intake valve. And then this is the exhaust valve. So, what we're going to do now is lap the valve to the valve seat and make a good solid fit for compression's sake. So we got some valve grinding compound. It breaks itself down and becomes finer. So it starts at about 120 and then finishes to fine. So we're going to take a little bit of this and we want to put it on our valve like this. And that's more than enough. Interesting, Permatex makes this, but this cap doesn't ever break. So then we're just going to drop it back in. And then we have this tool. And it's kind of like a suction. So you just pop it on there. And we spin it. And then what we want to do is wipe it off. And what we're looking for is a line. So you can see how this is all sanded together. So we're getting a good seat. We're not touching this outer angle, only this big angle right here. This one has some, looks like some divots. So we're going to give it some more. And I'll show you the non-recommended way. So you take that little suction cup. Now we're not pressing down, we're just turning. I don't know why it's not recommended. It works really good. So now we got good solid color going all the way across. This is the seat, and this is the seat. So we're not making it shiny, we're making it dull. It's because we're sanding it. So we just sanded it with like 220 grit to get the valve to sit flat inside this seat. So next we're going to do the intake valve. So flip it over, so to speak, and get the intake valve. And then remember the color, right? So it was shiny. And so now we get a good solid line on our valve. And then when you look back at it, now it's dull. So it was shiny, now it's dull. Because we sanded these two to match up. So valves are lapped. Now we're gonna have a good seal, good seat, good compression. On this, there's no head gasket, so this flat spot is your seal. And I like to go in here and just make sure I got all the goop off the edge. We're going to clean this later. Again, we got to get all this grinding compound out, and we're putting dirt and stuff in it. Now what I'm going to do is hose it down with carburetor cleaner. So in the kit we bought, it comes with new valve seals. So this is the old one off of the other head, and it doesn't look too bad. But this is the new one, and so it's got a tighter feel to it. See how it's pushing that stuff up? That's what we wanted to do. We wanted oil to coat it, and then it to push the oil back up. So when it's in the bike, I don't know how you do that shit. It's gonna be hard as fuck. But when it's off the bike, all you gotta do is push this on there and then waller it around with your finger until it's got a groove down here that this is gonna sit in. So this one's harder. Don't ask me why. Okay, so it's on, right? And then the way you check is you put your valve in, and see, so we're good. So now we can actually reinstall the valve and set it into place and not have to worry about it anymore. So see how far down it goes? That's why I use that to hold it. So it goes down that far. So this is our exhaust side assembly, right? We didn't get them mixed up. Our little, call it choker doodads. And you can kind of tell which way it goes down. So this is the shiny side because it's touching this, but also because of where the groove is, it's going to sit inside that. So we're going to put this on, and then we go to screwdriver. And shoot it off the top. Take our little collar, thingamajig, and it's not going to work. You're an asshole, bro. So that's one of them, but we need both of them. So we're going to push down and spin it to the back. And then we're going to push down and get it in there. Like that. So now the bottom rocker's held on, and then the top rocker goes on like this, and then you just slide this whole thing back. And then put your spring back in, and that's what holds it in place. God damn. Like that. So exhaust side is done. We're gonna flip around. Actually, I'm gonna put this back on. Torque specs on these M6s, I try to get them to about 10 foot-pounds. Is what I do. Stick them on there at 8, and then turn around, and we torque those bastards down to about 10. Oh, valve seal. Don't got me talking about foot-pounds. So, I don't know why there's a green one and a black one. It doesn't matter. They're all supposed to be Vitten seals. So, I put the green one on the other intake. So, I'm putting the green one on this intake. Not on. That's why my finger hurts. Okay, that is on. doodab, our thingamafreeze. Okay, got it. And so the new gasket looks like this, instead of this crunchy rubber stuff. And I'm putting it on the top to try it out. Because it's the easiest one to get to, right? I know the gasket I made works. So we'll test this one. So we're done with this. We're done with this. So we got our valves all cleaned up, lapped in, reinstalled. Head's clean. It's ready to get put back together with the O-rings and everything else. So next, I gotta go clean that jug. So y'all take a break. I'll be right back.